Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Perceptive Learning Zone. And today we will be launching our discussion on the domain of chemical engineering. Now, we would like to start off by introducing BS Chemical Engineering in Pakistan. Now, BS Chemical Engineering, it is a four-year program, a rigorous four-year program that is offered by various institutions in the country. This program basically it integrates principles of chemistry, physics, as well as mathematics in order to design processes that transform raw materials into valuable products. It basically prepares students to compete in global markets and it particularly caters to Pakistan's chemical industry's needs. This curriculum now it provides a solid foundation in the initial 2 years, and it is followed by specialized courses in the subsequent years. The first question I typically get at this stage from people is that, Hamza, can you recommend some top universities for chemical engineering in Pakistan? There are a lot of universities, but some good ones that stand out in my memory. They are NUST, the National University of Science and Technology. Then you have PIAS, Pakistan Institute of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Then there is the NED University of Engineering and Technology in Pakistan. You got UET Lahore, you got University of Punjab. There is Ghulam Mirza Khan Institute of Engineering Sciences and Technology. LUMS is also offering it, and from what I've heard, it's pretty good. Though that remains to be verified by someone who has actually studied over there. Anyways, next up, what is the HEC? What is the Higher Education Commission syllabus for BS Chemical Engineering in Pakistan? So there are a lot of components, right? There is engineering drawing, there is inorganic and organic chemistry, you got calculus and statistics, there is physical and analytical chemistry, there's Pakistan studies, you got differential equations, then there is applied electrical engineering, there is thermodynamics, you have heat transfer, mass transfer, simultaneous heat and mass transfer, chemical engineering principles, fluid mechanics, modeling and simulation, environmental engineering, chemical reaction engineering, particle technology, and so on and so forth. There's obviously instrumentation and process control. You have maintenance engineering and safety. You have some electives, and obviously you have the final year project. So there are quite a lot of courses that you study in these 4 years, and whichever university you're planning on pursuing chemical engineering from at an undergraduate level, I very strongly recommend that you check out the course website in order to get information about the courses and the different semesters in which they will be taught, as well as get a solid idea of the fee structure and any information on scholarships that are being available in regards to that particular institution for your relevant program. Now, what are the admission requirements for a bachelor's in chemical engineering in Pakistan? So in Pakistan, my dear students, the eligibility criteria can vary depending on the university. However, if I look at some common requirements, so as far as your education program is concerned, you must have completed your intermediate, your intermediate education or your OA levels with a science major, that is preferably pre-engineering. If we talk about minimum mark requirements, so you should have scored at least 60% in both matriculation and intermediate. And obviously for universities like LUMS or PIAS or Ghulam Mirza Khan University, some universities also require you to pass an entrance exam. There's an entry test. And that is obviously, we have talked about it before, how to successfully navigate your way through entry test preparation, how to conquer the test. But generally speaking, a lot of universities, they have negative marking. So the onus is on you to prepare professionally and give it your 101% in the examination hall. Now, the specific eligibility criteria, it will keep on varying from one institution to the other. So always do your own research rather than taking some random fellow's word for it and being completely shell-shocked when you see it for yourself. So do your research on time. Always check the official website of your preferred universities for getting the most authentic, most reliable information. Now, what is the scope of BS Chemical Engineering in Pakistan? Well, in the upcoming videos, I'm going to be talking about this a lot more, but today's session is all about giving you a superficial introduction to this domain. So I would say BS Chemical Engineering has a lot of scope in Pakistan because there is an increased demand, basically, for skilled professionals in industries like petroleum, like pharmaceuticals, like textiles. So the program, it opens up diverse career opportunities for graduates to work in various sectors. For instance, we could mention energy. There is food processing. There is environmental management. There's obviously research and development. So graduates can work as process engineers. They could work as plant engineers. They could find jobs as project managers or consultants. And I'm talking about both the public as well as the private sector in this regard. Um, just to inundate a bit more about the government and private sectors for chemical engineers, like I said, the graduates can find employment in government organizations. If I were to name some government organizations for you in Pakistan, there would be the PAEC, that is the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. Similarly, you have OGDCL, that is Oil and Gas Development Company Limited. You have PSO, which stands for Pakistan State Oil. In the private sector, companies like Anglo Fertilizer, like Fuji Fertilizer, like Descon, Unilever, Nestle, they are booming, and they're known to apply chemical engineers. They're known to employ chemical engineers for their operations. These industries, they equip you with competitive salaries, they equip you with feasible career growth, as well as lucrative opportunities to work on innovative projects. And also to mention briefly about some overseas opportunities for chemical engineers. Well, Pakistani chemical engineers also have excellent opportunities to work abroad, especially in the Middle East, Europe, as well as North America. So there are countries like Saudi Arabia, like UAE, like Qatar. They have a high demand for professionals in the oil and gas sector. Similarly, you have industries in Europe and North America that are seeking skilled chemical engineers for research. I'm talking process improvement. They need people for environmental management roles. So this global demand basically does enhance the overall scope of chemical engineering for Pakistani graduates. There are Obviously, there's going to be some challenges that are going to be faced by you along the way. You know that saying in Fight Club, if you want to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs. So despite the promising scope, chemical engineers in Pakistan, they are facing, and I can certainly say this being a chemical engineer myself, they are facing challenges such as limited research, limited development facilities. There is a lack of industry academia collaboration. There is inadequate emphasis on modern technologies like renewable energy, like advanced materials. And furthermore, job opportunities can be very competitive, and therefore, this requires graduates to develop exceptional skills and practical experience to stand out in the market. But that being said and done, it is very important for us to work on our R&D levels in chemical engineering, because research is going to play a very crucial role in advancing the chemical engineering practices. Unfortunately, Pakistan is lagging behind in R&D. Obviously, when just 0.5% of the budget is allocated to it, what else do you expect? But it is important that we increase investment in research and development in order to help address the critical industrial challenges, in order to promote sustainability, in order to create innovative solutions for the energy as well as the environmental sectors. Now, universities and research institutions in Pakistan, they need to focus more on collaborative projects with industries in order to bridge the gap as well as provide practical exposure to the students. So, universities should continuously, I feel they need to update their curriculum. They need to include the emerging technologies and trends. I think it's very important that, we include AI in our syllabuses, right? Practical training, internships, and collaborative projects with industries, they are essential to prepare students for real world challenges. Faculty development programs as well as international collaborations, they can further enhance the quality of education as well as research. So I feel like chemical engineers, they can significantly contribute by engaging in innovation and entrepreneurship. You have startups now, right? Praise the Lord, you have startups now which are focusing on energy efficiency, that are encompassing sustainable materials, that have an eye out for waste management, and therefore they can address these critical issues while creating job opportunities. So obviously, government initiative and financial support is going to be very important if you want entrepreneurship to go to the next level in the country. But ultimately, and finally, the most important question is going to be that what are the key skills for, what skills do you need basically at the end of the day to be a successful chemical engineer, to create value for your society? So number one goes without saying, you need to have a strong and robust knowledge and understanding of chemical engineering methods, practices, and theory. I teach students who even in final year are struggling when it comes to making a material balance. They are struggling when it comes to doing interpolations, unit conversions. So you need to get your basics right. That's where you can consult APIs, seek advice of professionals in the industry. You need to have a concrete understanding of scientific topics as well as manufacturing processes. You need advanced skills in laboratory. You need to be numerically strong, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're a chemical engineer or a software engineer or a developer or whatever, or a materials engineer, you have to be an economist. There has to be a very significant understanding as well as a peculiar awareness of the ethical issues that are in the domain of chemical engineering. Plus, there are some managerial skills that obviously need to be there. You've got to be strong when it comes to making decisions. You need to have problem solving skills. You need to display, especially as you go into a more senior role in the company, you need to display leadership. You got to have good project management as well as teamwork skills. And there has to be a good understanding of the commercial application of general engineering and chemical engineering. So I'll conclude today's session. I want to keep it short, that BS Chemical Engineering, it holds immense potential for individuals who are seeking a rewarding career in Pakistan, and even more for those of you who are aspiring to go abroad. By addressing the existing challenges, such as enhancing research and development, fostering industry academia collaboration, as well as promoting innovation, the scope for chemical engineering can be further expanded, hopefully. So both the public as well as the private sectors, along with academic institutions, they must work together and are to create a conducive environment for growth as well as excellence in this field. So that'll be it for now, fellas. We'll be back in the upcoming session to talk a bit more about industries and sectors in this domain, as well as mention some promising career paths in chemical engineering. What are the responsibilities? What are the expectations? What is the job brief going to be? And also we'll shed a bit of emphasis on some related fields and careers, as well as look at some growth potential and opportunities. So, please stay tuned. Kindly do not hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. Me going on the beggar mode again. And you're most welcome to reach out in the comment section in case you got any queries. God be with you all. Thank you very much and stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum.